Coach Noyes. This is January 12th. This is their 5th meet. This is Pembroke against Hanover. Coach Noyes, how's your boys team doing this year?
We got 9 boys, no seniors, which is very good for the future. And in the very near future, we're hoping to get a sectionals time in a medley relay. That's swimming all 4 strokes, and the boys are closing in. This would be a big deal if the boys can get that.
It sounds really exciting. Now, I noticed that there are more girls than boys. How is your girls team doing this year?
The girls are great. We have a lot of new freshman girls and a couple other new swimmers, and they're having a blast. And we have a state qualifying swimmer, Molly Dillon, who will be heading on to other events after the season is over. And if we don't get any relays in the sectionals qualifying times for the girls, then Molly will go alone, but she'll do excellent. She's a fantastic swimmer.
We're here with Coach Tui. I hear that you're competing against 2 other teams. You're the coach for the Hanover team.
That's correct, and we're going to be swimming against Rockland today, and we're also swimming against Pembroke today. And we're really looking forward to a great meet all around.
You must be so excited because there are so many girls you're competing against.
Yes, there's a good number of girls as well as the boys. It's going to be an exciting day for everybody.
Coach Tui, what lanes are your swimmers going to be in tonight?
Hanover will be swimming in lanes 1 and 4 tonight, where we have about 25 girls who'll be swimming and 15 boys. We are rebuilding our boys team this year, and they're working really hard. They've come a long way. Our girls team is looking very strong. The meet's going to start off today with Nikki Delory, our junior diver, competing. She'll be diving by herself today. She's a very strong diver, has already qualified for the state meet. So we're looking forward to a good day from her, followed by the rest of the swimming events, and the girls and boys are looking awesome. Our senior class is very small, but we have a lot of freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. Our freshmen, a lot of them are new to swimming, but they've come so far just in the first 5 weeks of the season. I'm very excited about what they're going to be doing today.
That's very exciting, Coach Tui. We'll see you out in the pool.
All right.
We're here with Julie Margolis, coach for the Rockland team, which is swimming in lanes 3 and 6. Hi, Julie.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming today and watching our kids. We're really new. We only have 10 swimmers. We actually have one who's out on injury right now, so the 9 will be in the pool today. The kids have come so far from jockey paddling to being able to compete, and I am so proud of them and excited for this meet. They're going to do great.
Thank you, Julie. Nikki's diving. What team is Nikki from? Hanover. First dive, tuck position. So this is Nikki's 2nd dive. So what did you think of that dive, Erin? She did well. have Erin Fuller with us from the Hanover team. And what's the next race, Erin?
The boys 200 medley relay.
Okay, let's watch. And the race begins. All right, who's in lane 1, Erin?
Matt, no.
Oh, it's hard to see once it gets in the water, isn't it?
Here we go, here we go.
He's in lane 1. We've got Pembroke in lane 2. I can hear the coaches cheering them on.
I don't know.
Okay.
Having the 200 boys medley, and our team consists of Dan Sheehan, Dan Sullivan, Andrew Salas, and Alex Lyons. This is a medley relay, so the first stroke is backstroke, the second stroke is breaststroke, and the third stroke is freestyle, and last but not least is,
Are we on the last stroke already, Charlotte?
the last stroke. We are not on the last stroke as of yet. This is butterfly, and it's right before the last one. Now that's Alex Lyons, who just jumped in, and he is finishing the relay with a strong freestyle.
So how many swimmers were in this relay for Pembroke?
For the boys, we have 4 in lane 2. And for the girls, we actually had 2 relay teams, so 8 swimmers for the girls.
Now, Charlotte, how do we know who won the race?
The winner of the race on this one is actually Pembroke, because Alex Lyons hit the wall first. He did his finishing touch to the wall. Okay, up now we have the 200 IM with Molly Dillon swimming and Jessica Merritt swimming.
Now, Charlotte, what does IM mean?
The IM stands for individual medley, but right now we're actually having the 200 freestyle, which is 200. The measurement of the laps is a 200, and we have Laura Coughlin and Dee Dee Deegan swimming this. Laura is in lane 2, and Dee Dee is in lane 5.
I'm watching Dee Dee right now in lane 5.
Yeah, Dee Dee's doing really good right now. She's keeping up really well with the rest of the swimmers. She's actually getting ahead.
I can hear people cheering for Dee Dee.
Yeah, Dee Dee's doing really good right now. It's good because Laura and Dee Dee are really keeping up with the team aspect and staying together during their swim, so they're doing a really good job. Pembroke is proud.
Now, how many more lengths of the pool does she have to go before the race is over?
Right now, I think they have about 4 more laps after they complete this. A 200 is actually 8 laps, so it's a pretty hard swim. It's pretty tiring. I think it's the second longest race for individual races in the meet. The longest is actually the 500, but they're doing really good with this 200 right now. There we go. Laura and Dee Dee are pretty even right now, so.
Now, who did you say is in lane 2?
Laura Coughlin is in lane 2 right now, and she's getting ahead. She's doing really good. She has a good pace right now. You can tell that in the beginning she was pacing herself, and then has a nice breakout at the end, a nice kick. She's doing really good. Dee Dee's coming in too. This is really good. And now I think they have about a 50 left, which is usually the fastest at the end of the race because everybody is finishing up. So this is really like what the energy is saved up for the last 50 of the race, because it's only two laps. So there goes Laura. She's doing really good. You can hear everybody in the background cheering. Here, Dee Dee's speeding up too. Laura's in lane 2. She's doing really good. You can tell Coach is pushing her on, telling her to keep going. Didi's coming in too. There we go. As you can tell, she's speeding up, making a good finish. She's doing really good. And looks like she's going to get 3rd place. And here comes Didi. She's doing really good. You can tell she's sprinting in.
Can you tell what the final result is? Who's 1st and 2nd?
I'm not sure about the other teams, but I believe.
I came in first.
Okay, what we have here is the boys 200 freestyle with Andrew Crossman in lane 2 and Mike Campbell in lane 3. These are some pretty fast boys we got here. As you can see, Andrew's just going all out at the beginning, so he's doing really well.
Now, Andrew goes without a cap. Is there a reason for that?
For boys, it's really just what they prefer because the theory is the cap makes you go faster because of the rubber and the hair slows you down. But if you have a really short haircut, then you're pretty much the purpose of the cap is there.
So why is Andrew wearing something around the back of his head? What's that?
Those are his goggles. He's just wearing them so you can see what he's doing in the water and to make sure that he's staying centered in his lane because there's actually a line down the center of the lane on the bottom of the pool that you can keep track of.
Do the other swimmers have their eyes open without goggles?
Without goggles, swimmers don't typically open their eyes. There's really not a case. People usually wear the goggles. All these swimmers have their goggles, but I would think the only time that you wouldn't have your goggles on is if you would forget them or they fell off when you were diving in, which happens once in a while. And yeah, not very fun. But yeah, Andrew's doing really good. He's actually ahead right now. Yeah. Mike's over in lane 5. He's keeping up. As you can tell, there's some people cheering at the end of the lanes, keeping everybody motivated. Got some girls over on the right and boys on the left.
Hey, who's in lane 5?
In lane 5, Mike Campbell is in lane 5, and he's doing really good. He's keeping up really well. Yeah. Mike is on, I think he's very close to the end. He either has a 50 or 100 left. I think this is Andrew's last lap of his 200, which is really good, really quick.
We'll watch Andrew come in.
Okay.
Good job, Andrew Crossman.
Yep. And here comes Mike. He's on his last 25, which is the last lap of the race. And he's also doing very well. Here he comes on his last lap. Here we go, Mike. Woo, go Pembroke.
And go Hanover and go Rockland.
So right now we have the 200 IM, which stands for individual medley. Right now Molly Dillon is in lane 2 and Jessica Merritt is in lane 5 for Pembroke.
In lanes 1 and 4, we have Melinda Bossy and
Okay, Erin, who did you say is in lane 1?
lane 1 is Melinda Bossy and lane 4 is Emma from Hanover High.
Woo! Right now they're on backstroke. The order of the stroke is actually butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and then freestyle. So it's like the relay but individual form. So here we have Molly Dillon already on backstroke, getting it done. Yeah, she's going. Again, Molly's in lane 2 and Jessica Merritt is in lane 5. Molly's coming in and switching over onto her breaststroke. Here we go, Molly. Jessica Merritt is coming in on her backstroke.
Melinda Bossy is second for Hanover right now, and Alex is actually in lane 4. She is coming in second all around.
Here's Molly finishing up her breaststroke. Jessica Merritt's doing very well, very good as well. Molly is now switching over into her last 50, which is the freestyle. Here we go, Molly. Jessica Merritt is coming in on her last 25 of breaststroke.
Who did you say is in lane 2?
Lane 2 is Molly Dillon. She's a big swimmer, she's very good. And she's finishing up. Coming in on her last 25. Here we go, Molly. Jessica Merritt, now in lane 5, is switching to her freestyle, which is her last 50.
Okay, we'll watch Jessica Merritt go.
She's doing very well. Let's go, Jess, you got this. Here we go, Jessie. Jessica Merritt coming in on her final 50 of freestyle.
Okay. Thank you, Charlotte Skolnick.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
All right, we're gonna watch you swim now.
This event's the 50-yard freestyle for boys. This will be a quick event.
It's a quick event because they're not gonna swim that far. They're going really fast.
Never mind, this is the boys IM.
Oh, this is a boy. They switched it to the boys, what? Boys IM?
Yeah, 200 IM.
The boys 200 IM. It's hard to know what event comes next when they switch it on you.
Yeah, I'm getting confused. I don't know.
We have Andrew Salas and Dan Sullivan coming in. Oh, and the crowd is cheering them on. Go, Andrew, go, Dan.
In lane 2, we have Emma Wandell. Lane 5, we have Samantha Tierney. Go, Sam.
Okay, I'm going to watch lane 5 for a while.
Lane 5, we have Samantha Tierney. Go, Sam!
Emma Wandell's almost finishing. There she is. Go, Emma. They don't have last names. There's timers standing behind the blocks, and they bring their times over to the scorers at the scoring table.
We have the 53 boys. In lane 2, we have Alex Lyons. In lane 5, we have Grant McDonnell. It looks like Alex Lyons is in the lead in lane 2. Lane 2, almost finishing with the race.
Alex is holding on to the lead.
Alex Lyons finishes with the win.
Hi, Jessica. Thank you for narrating for us.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
We also have Anna Crosby helping us out. Hi, Anna.
Hello. Hello.
This is the girls 100 fly. In lane 2, we have Pembroke, Charlotte Skolnick. Hanover is in the lead right now. 2 Hanover girls in the lead. Charlotte Skolnick's pulling ahead. Hanover lane 5 is in the lead.
They're almost done with their second lap out of 4.
Hanover's going on their 3rd lap. Charlotte Skolnick just going on to her 3rd lap.
What lane is Charlotte in?
Charlotte Skolnick, lane 2.
Hanover lane 4 is in the lead. Lane 1 is in second. Charlotte Skolnick, 3rd place.
Charlotte Skolnick going on to her 4th lap. And Hanover finishes with a win. Charlotte's catching up, lane 2. And Hanover pulls it in for 2nd place with Charlotte in 3rd. We have the boys 100 fly right now. In lane 2, we have Andrew Salas in the lead right now with Hanover in 2nd place. Andrew Salas going on to his 2nd lap. Only 2 contestants in this race. Andrew Salas still in the lead, lane 2. Going on to his 3rd lap out of 4. Andrew Salas still in the lead. Going on to his 4th and final lap. Andrew is finishing up, and Andrew won. We have
Good job, Andrew.
Hanover finishing up their 4th lap. Good job, Hanover. All right, right now we have a very exciting race. This is the 100 freestyle. It's the 2nd fastest race. It's only 4 laps, and you can tell by how fast the swimmers are actually going right now. They're in full sprint. So this one, it's really not really, they're not holding any energy in. So as you can see, Anna Anna Crosby in lane 2 is a speed demon, as is Emma Wandell. Oh, no, Dee Dee Deegan in lane 5. They're both going very fast, and Anna seems to be holding second. She's tied for first right now. Doing very well, coming in. This is her last 50, reaching into her last 25. Here she goes, there's the flip turn. As you can see with all the girls cheering, Pembroke and the Hanover cheering on their teams. Here she comes, coming into the end. As you can see, Dee Dee in lane 5 is also coming in for her last 50. Here comes Anna Crosby, and looks like either first or second place. And here comes Dee Dee in lane 5 coming in. All the rest of the swimmers coming in on their last 25. Very fast race. As you can tell, the noise level went up immediately as it started. You can tell the excitement level is just...
Right now we're on the 100 freestyle boys. In lane 2 we have Alex Lyons. In lane 5 we have Mark Blathers. Alex Lyons in lane 2 right now is in the lead. Alex Lyons is in the lead right now, lane 2. Mark Blathers, lane 5, is battling it out for second place right now. They're on the last lap. Lane 2, Alex Lyons has just finished. Lane 5, Mark Blathers finished. Lane 1 is Hanover on their last lap. This is the girls' 500-yard freestyle right now. That's 20 laps. In lane 2, we have Jessica Merritt. She is a junior. And in lane 5, we have freshman Emma Wandell. And this is Emma's first time doing the 500.
Now, how did Emma get so lucky as to have to do the 500 her first year?
Brian usually tries to put as many people as possible in it, so I guess this was her meet.
So by Brian, you mean Coach Noyes makes the choices of who swims in what race?
Yes, our coach makes a list of all of the events that each swimmer has to do, and we see it on the day of the meet.
What happens on the day of the meet if you don't want to do it?
Chances are you're going to have to do it anyways, but you can talk to Brian, and sometimes if there's a problem, he'll help you sort it out, and you can switch events with some people.
So it's more of a suggestion what events you're going to participate in. It's not a hard and fast rule. What? It's not a hard and fast rule what events you're going to participate in.
Not exactly. Jessica Merritt is in first place right now, about to finish her 5th lap.
I see people at the ends holding up signs with numbers.
Those are the counters. Because 20 laps is a lot, you lose track really fast. So the counters keep track for you so you don't have to.
Have you ever lost track when you were doing this race?
Oh, definitely. I don't even try to keep track anymore because it just never works. I just look at the counters and that always helps.
So when you get to the end, how do you see the cards? You're in the water.
You can just look through their goggles, and usually it'll be pretty obvious to see because they'll wave it around down in front of you once you're near the end of the pool, and then they'll pull them out before you do your flip turn so they don't get in the way. Jess Merritt is still in first place. Close behind her is a Hanover swimmer in lane 3. They are both just starting their 9th lap. They're almost halfway done.
Go!
Lane 5, Emma Wandell, is on her 8th lap right now. She's doing very good for her first 500.
Anna, I'm getting tired and I'm not even swimming.
The 500 is definitely an endurance race. It's not like the 50 freestyle where you just sprint. This one you have to really pace yourself and be sure not to use all of your energy in the first few laps.
Have you ever known of a swimmer to just quit?
I don't think I've ever seen that. Usually everyone will finish. Even if it takes them a very long time, most people will finish. Lane 2, Jess Merritt is still in the lead right now. Just starting her 12th lap. The Hanover swimmer is close behind her.
Now, Jessica was just telling us what the other swimmers were doing before this race. Now she's in the race.
Jess is about halfway through her 13th lap right now. Emma Wandell is halfway through her 11th lap. Jess is still in the lead right now. Emma is still persevering. She's almost done with her 11th lap right now.
Go!
Now, what's the name of the stroke that Jess is doing?
Jess is doing the freestyle right now. It's what a lot of people might know as the front crawl. That is the freestyle. Something that a lot of people don't know is that during the freestyle events, you're actually allowed to do any stroke you want to, but most people will do the front crawl. I've never seen someone do any other stroke, because this one's the fastest, most efficient one. Jess Merritt is currently on her 17th lap. She's almost done. She'll only have 3 more to go after this. Emma Wandell is on her 14th lap right now. This is Jess Merritt. She's almost done. She'll have 1 more lap after she does this flip turn. And now Jess is on her last lap and she's still in the lead. It looks like she'll be winning the 500.
Is that what the orange means on the sign, that she has 1 more lap to go?
Yes, the orange is the signal that once you're done with the next lap, you can stop. And Jess Merritt has just won the 500. Hanover just came in second. There's a Rockland swimmer right now and Emma Wandell from Pembroke, both still swimming. The Rockland swimmer is almost on her last lap. Emma has 3 more laps to go. Rockland is now on their last lap. Emma Wandell is on her 18th lap. She's doing very well for her first 500-yard freestyle. It's a tough race to do for the first time. Emma Wandell just has another 50 to go and then she'll be done. Good job, Emma. Emma Wandell is going into the flip turn for her last lap, and now she is on her last lap. She's almost done with her first 500 ever.
I can hear everybody calling out her name.
Yes, we're a very cheerful team. We like to cheer on our teammates, especially in such a hard race like this, and it's her first time. And she is almost done right now. And she just finished. Good job, Emma. 500-yard freestyle. For Pembroke, we have Mark Blathers in lane 2 and Andrew Crossman in lane 5. They're both juniors. There's a Rockland high school swimmer in lane 3 in the lead right now. Andrew Crossman is in second and Mark is third. They're all on their third lap.
Who'd you say is in lane 3? Is that Rockland?
Yes, that is a Rockland swimmer in the lead right now in lane 3. They are currently on their 4th lap. The other 2 Pembroke boys are just finishing their 4th lap.
Hi, Lauren Coughlin. Thank you for helping us out.
No problem. No problem. Okay, the boys 500 is about to end. Lane 2, we have Mark Blathers, just about to finish. Oh, just kidding. He has 5 more laps.
That was a bad joke. Good thing he didn't hear, because he would have thought he was done. Now we have Andrew Crossman in lane 5.
Do you want me to stay on lane 5 or lane 2? Okay, there's Mark Blathers in lane 2.
This sure is a long race.
Okay, there's Mark Blathers in lane 2. He's a junior. This is his final lap. He's just about to finish.
I see the orange sign. That's how he knows.
Just half a lap to go.
His arms must be stinging him.
So close, almost there. Good job. Okay, this is a 200 free relay for the girls. So each girl is doing a 50. In lane 2, we have Charlotte Skolnick. She's a junior. Oh, she's so close to the other people. Come on, Charlotte. Oh, she's right behind that Hanover girl. Come on, Charlotte. Coming up after Charlotte is Paige Fogarty. She's a freshman this year. Paige is into the water, and they're still right behind Hanover. Paige is swimming pretty fast. Come on, Paige. Oh, she's just...
Lauren, who's in lane 5?
In lane 5, we have Erin Berry. Just passing the flags. Erin's also a freshman this year. Just coming up on that, just passing that Rockland girl. Come on, Erin. In lane 5 after Erin, we have Cheryl Kanata just jumping in.
Ooh. I didn't hear her name. Who jumped in on lane 5?
That's Cheryl Kanata. She's a freshman this year. Oh, just passing the flags. About to turn. That was a nice flip turn. Come on, Cheryl. Whoop, Cheryl's swimming pretty fast. In lane 2, we have Anna Crosby. Just finishing up. Anna's the last swimmer in lane 2. Okay. Just passing the flags. This is the last lap for the girls in lane 2. Looks like Anna's in the lead. Come on, Anna! Keeping the lead. Yeah. In lane 5, we have Sam Tierney. Just passing the flags. Looks like she's swimming pretty fast. Keeping the lead against Rockland. Come on, Sam! Almost there. Yeah. Good job.
Good job, Rockland. Good job, Sam.
Anna Crosby, I'm tired from just swimming that last race. So is Charlotte Skolnick.
Ashley Kane.
We all just swam that last one. Right now, this is the 200 free relay for boys. Right now in lane 2 is Alex Lyons. In lane 5 is Mike Campbell. Pembroke, lane 2 is currently in the lead. That was Dan Sheehan, who just dived in for lane 2. Lane 5 is freshman Drew Latwis. Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Molly.
That was Pembroke's very own Molly Dillon speaking. And Dan Sullivan for the dive. There he goes. It was a very good, he got the lead right now. He had a great streamline diving in. I can talk.
In lane 5, that was Grant McDonald, who just dove in. Pembroke, lane 2 is still in the lead. Mark Blathers is going to be diving in. And Mark just dove. He's our last swimmer for lane 2, Pembroke.
Yeah, Woo! Here we go! Mark! Woo!
Lane 2 is still in the lead. Mark just did his flip turn. Lane 5, Andrew Crossman, the last Pembroke swimmer for lane 5, has just dove in.
Yeah, Mark! Pembroke has just finished in lane 2, coming in first, and we have lane 5 just about to come in. Andrew Crossman is rolling it in.
Third.
It looks like third for lane 5. Nice job, Pembroke.
Are they both Hanover?
And we still have Hanover in the pool. They're doing very well, neck and neck.
Good job, Hanover.
Here we go, boys! Woo, nice job, boys!
Both lane 1 and lane 6, Hanover, are about to finish.
Let's go, Hanover, you got it!
Lane 1 has just finished, and now lane 6 is done too.
I'm Ashley Kane. I'm a senior at Pembroke High School.
This is the 100 girls backstroke. That is 4 laps of backstroke.
We have Molly Dillon in lane 2 and Laura Coughlin in lane 5. As you can see, Molly Dillon is doing a great job, and so is Laura.
Molly Dillon is a sophomore at Pembroke, and Laura is a senior.
Molly Dillon in lane 2 is currently in the lead. Laura Coughlin, lane 5, is in 3rd place right now.
As you can see, Molly did a great backstroke slip turn, and she's keeping up a really good pace. And here she goes again for another flip turn. She's a very strong swimmer, as is Laura.
Molly is still in 1st place, hopefully making a best time. And Laura is also swimming very fast as she approaches her 2nd turn. And Molly just finished her race, and she got first.
Laura Coughlin, lane 5, is currently in 3rd place for Pembroke right now. Laura is about to finish her 100 backstroke. And Laura just finished. There's still Hanover and Rockland swimmers in the pool. Lane 6 is about to finish.
Good luck, ladies.
Good job, lane 6.
This is the boys' 100 backstroke. In lane 2 for Pembroke is Dan Sheehan. Dan Sheehan is a very good backstroker, and he is currently in 1st place. Dan just finished his first backstroke flip turn. He's still in 1st. In lane 5 for Pembroke is freshman Grant McDonald. He is battling it out for 2nd place right now with a Hanover swimmer. They're neck and neck. Let's go, Grant. Dan Sheehan, lane 2, has just started his final lap. He is still in 1st place. Grant McDonald, lane 5, is just about to start his final lap right now. He just did a backstroke flip turn. He is still neck and neck. Dan Sheehan has finished his backstroke in 1st place, well ahead of the rest. Grant McDonald, lane 5, freshman, is battling it out right now for 2nd. Good job, Grant. That was a really good race. Lane 1, Hanover, is still swimming, as is lane 3. Good job, boys. Lane 3 is almost done.
What team is in lane 3?
I believe that is Rockland right now. Yes, that's Rockland. The girls' 100 breaststroke, we have Ashley Kane right now and Charlotte Skolnick. Ashley is in lane 2. Ashley is at the wall, starting her 2nd lap. Ashley and Charlotte Skolnick are neck and neck right now. Charlotte is in lane 5. They're both Pembroke swimmers. Charlotte is just starting her 3rd lap out of 4. Ashley Kane in lane 2 is almost at the wall, about to do her turn. And Ashley has just started her last lap. It looks like she is in 3rd place. She's close behind a Hanover swimmer right now.
What year is Ashley?
Ashley Kane is a senior captain with me. Ashley is almost done. It looks like she'll get 3rd. Charlotte Skolnick is about to get 4th place in lane 5. Charlotte is a junior. Good job, ladies. And there's a Rockland swimmer about to finish right now. Good job, Rockland.
This next race is the 100 breast. We have Dan Sullivan in lane 2 and Drew Latwis in lane 5. So this is Dan Sullivan. I can hear his teammates cheering. Go, Dan, go.
Okay, so right now we have the 400 free relay. That's, how many laps is that?
That is 4. It's 100.
That is,
And then it's 400 for all 4 swimmers.
yep, each swimmer will be swimming a 100, which is 4 laps. So it's a pretty long race, but the swimmers switch off after their 4 laps and another swimmer will dive in. Right now we have a relay team in lane 2 of Anna Crosby, Paige Fleming, Jessica Merritt, and Molly Dillon. And in lane 5 we have Liz McDonald, Emma Musette, Dee Dee Deegan, and Laura Coughlin. Right now Anna is swimming in lane 2. She is on her last 25, which is the last lap of her 100. She's already done 3 laps, and this is her 4th. So she's doing very well. And Paige is about to dive in. Here she goes. She has a pretty good streamline and a nice start off. So she's going very, very good pace. In our lane 5, Elizabeth is finishing up, and Emma Musette is about to dive in. Here she goes with a nice streamline, and she's about to service. There we go. There she is.
Nice long.
That was a very nice long streamline.
All right. So in lane 2, we have Paige swimming, and she's doing her last 50. And then we'll have Jess Merritt jump in. And in lane 2, Emma Musette is finishing her first 50 in lane 5. And everyone's doing good right now. It looks like lane 2 is in the lead. Hopefully they'll keep that until the end. And Paige is finishing up now. Jess is ready to dive in.
She in preparation, and there she goes into the water. Good streamline, nice fast stroke. You can see she's breathing every 3 and switching sides. That's a good thing. Here she goes, about to head into her flip turn, and nice flip turn. There we go. She's a great pace, as you can see. Nice and fast. This is her 50, her first 50, and she's going to move on to her second. Back in lane 5, we have Emma Musette, who just finished up her 100, and Dee Dee Deegan, who dived in and is now swimming. She also has a very nice pace going on. Looks like Jessica Merritt has actually caught up and is on her last 25. So, Dee Dee Deegan and Jessica Merritt neck and neck. And as Jessica finishes up her 100, we have Molly Dillon diving in. a very fast swimmer. Here she goes, great dive, good streamline, there she is. And nice fast stroke, great kick she's got going on. And there's her flip turn, great flip turn. Dee Dee Deegan back in lane 5 is still going, and she has her last 25 coming up, and then the next swimmer will dive in. She's doing a great job keeping a nice pace, great, nice and fast.
Molly is heading for her last 50, still going at a strong, fast pace, and she's still in the lead. Great flip turn and strong streamline. She's heading into the finish. Lane 4 is catching up, but I think Molly has it. Yep, and Pembroke just won first place. And then in lane 5, we have Laura Coughlin doing her first 50. She just passed the swimmer in lane 3 from Rockland, and now they're like neck and neck. Hopefully she can keep up the strong pace. She's heading into her flip turn. Lane 3 and 5 are neck and neck with Pembroke in lane 5.
Here we go, Laura. She's doing awesome. Great job. Here she comes in on her flip turn. Last 25. She's definitely got this. She can totally keep up a great pace. Awesome streamline off the wall. And there we go. Randolph and Pembroke are neck and neck in this one. Looks like it's going to be a close finish. Here we go. They're finishing up, and looks like Laura got it. Nice job, Laura Coughlin. Here we go, Pembroke. Great job, Titans. You got this.
Did you already say what this is? No, I need to go.
Okay, so going on right now, we have another 400 free relay. This is the boys one. Our team, the Pembroke team, has starting off with Andrew Crossman, then Mark Blathers, Dan Sheehan, and Andrew Salas. A great team put together, and it looks like there's only 2 teams racing, which makes it all the more intense. So it looks like we're swimming against Hanover in this one. Woo! Both teams are doing an excellent job. Looks like Andrew is keeping up with the competition. Very good job.
Andrew Crossman, the first swimmer for Pembroke, is almost done with his last lap, and that is Mark?
Oh, yeah, Mark is going after.
That is Mark Blathers, who just dived in, and he's starting his 100. He has caught up with the other team.
He had a great flip turn off the wall, awesome streamline, keeping him going, and he looks like he's pulling ahead. Great job, Mark. Doing awesome. Woohoo! Go Pembroke. Nice job, Hanover.
Mark is on his last 50 right now. That means he has 2 more laps. He has pulled ahead of Hanover, and Pembroke is currently in the lead. Mark is on his last lap. Dan Sheehan is getting ready to dive in. There goes Dan on starting his 100.
Nice job, Dan. He had an awesome dive, awesome preparation, and he's doing great right now. He's a nice steam ahead, and great flip turn. He's doing awesome. He's just going super fast and keeping up a great, awesome pace.
Dan is only a sophomore, and Pembroke is currently in the lead right now. Dan's starting his last 50 right now.
looks like Pembroke's in the lead. So here's Dan. He's going. He's got his last flip turn, and then he's going to head into his last 25, which is currently happening now. And after he hits the wall, Andrew Salas will be jumping in, and you can see he is getting prepared to dive in. He's got intense preparation going on right now. So Andrew Salas is also a sophomore at Pembroke. He's doing awesome. He has great form, awesome, good kick, and awesome flip turn as well. Nice streamline off the wall. Andrew's doing a really good job keeping their placement ahead of Hanover.
Oh, Shelly. Is that still Andrew Salas? Yeah. Andrew Salas is on his last 50 right now. He is heading towards the wall to do his last flip turn. And here comes the flip turn. Now he is on his last 25 yards, or his last lap. See the last one?
And looks like he is the end of the relay team. Nice job. He was the anchor.
Lane 2, Pembroke boys just won the relay.
I'm Charlotte.
I'm Anna.
I'm Laura. I'm Ashley.
Tight.
Woo!